Ladies and gentlemen, your body is not broken. It is brilliant. Right now, within you, there is a divine intelligence orchestrating life itself. It beats your heart, heals your wounds, renews your cells, and holds the blueprint of perfect health. Every second, it whispers, "I know how to heal you." You don't need to chase your healing. You need to awaken to the truth that your body already knows the way. When you align your mind with that infinite wisdom within, miracles are no longer miraculous, they're simply natural. Your body already knows how to heal. Deep within every cell, every atom, and every fiber of your being resides an infinite wisdom, a sacred intelligence that has been guiding you since the moment of your conception. This divine intelligence is not something you have to acquire, it is something you already possess. It breathes you, it beats your heart, it digests your food, it restores your tissues, and it orchestrates billions of simultaneous processes without your conscious effort. When you truly understand that this infinite wisdom lives within you, you begin to realize that healing is not something that happens to you. It happens through you. Every moment, this life force is renewing you. It is the silent architect behind your existence, rebuilding, cleansing, and rebalancing your body in ways your conscious mind cannot comprehend. Yet most people live disconnected from this truth, believing that healing is dependent solely on outer means. They have forgotten that every remedy, every cure, every advancement in medicine works only because it aligns with the intelligence already present within you. No doctor, no medicine, no external power can heal unless this inner power cooperates. Healing begins when you re-establish harmony between your mind and this divine intelligence. When your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are in tune with life itself, miracles occur naturally. The key lies in understanding the language of your subconscious mind, for that is the domain of divine intelligence. Your subconscious governs all involuntary processes, your heartbeat, your breathing, your metabolism, and it responds perfectly to the thoughts you impress upon it. When you fill it with fear, worry, and doubt, you introduce disharmony into the system. But when you fill it with peace, faith, and love, your subconscious translates those states into health, strength, and vitality. Every emotion you experience is a signal to your body. Every thought you persist in becomes a pattern that your body follows. The moment you realize this, you take back command over your own temple of life. Your body listens to you. It listens not to your words, but to the feeling behind them. If you constantly affirm sickness, weakness, or limitation in thought and emotion, your body obediently follows that command. But if you affirm harmony, strength, and divine order, your body reorganizes itself according to those higher patterns. The cells of your body are intelligent. They hear your inner dialogue. They respond to your faith. They are nourished by your gratitude. This is why ancient wisdom teaches that healing begins in consciousness. The body is the shadow of the mind. Change the inner image, and the outer form must follow. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that every part of your body is bathed in divine light. See that light moving through every organ, every muscle, every nerve, purifying, balancing, and renewing you. Feel that presence of infinite love circulating within your bloodstream, guiding each cell to its perfect function. This is not imagination in the ordinary sense. It is creative thought. It is the spiritual science of directing your mind toward health. When you practice this daily, you are cooperating with the divine intelligence that made you. You are allowing it to express its perfection through you. Every thought of peace you entertain sends a wave of harmony throughout your nervous system. Every thought of gratitude amplifies your life force. Every act of forgiveness releases trapped energy and restores flow. Disease and disorder often arise where the flow of life has been obstructed by resentment, fear, or prolonged inner conflict. Healing, therefore, is the restoration of that flow. When you forgive, when you let go, when you trust the higher wisdom of life, your body responds immediately, often in ways that seem miraculous. But they are not miracles. They are natural laws of divine order functioning perfectly once you align with them. Remember that your subconscious mind does not argue or reason. It simply accepts the dominant pattern of thought you impress upon it. If you tell yourself, "I am sick, I am tired, I am weak," it accepts that command as truth. But if you gently and consistently affirm, "The divine intelligence within me restores and renews me now," your subconscious goes to work immediately to manifest that reality. It begins to reorganize your body to match the vibration of that truth. This is how spontaneous healings occur. The change in consciousness always precedes the change in condition. Never underestimate the power of belief. Your belief acts as the mold through which divine intelligence flows. If you believe in health, vitality, and divine perfection, you open a channel for life to express those qualities through you. If you believe in decay, limitation, and weakness, you close that channel. You are never at the mercy of conditions. Conditions are at the mercy of your consciousness. The outer reflects the inner. When you claim your unity with divine intelligence, you reclaim dominion over your body and your world. Your body is a living temple, animated by the same power that moves the stars and governs the tides. That power is not distant, it dwells in you now. When you eat, sleep, walk, or breathe, it is this intelligence that performs the action through you. When you cut your finger, it heals itself. You don't have to instruct the cells to multiply or the skin to mend, it happens naturally. That same intelligence can mend a heart, dissolve a tumor, or regenerate any organ if you cease interfering with it through fear and doubt. Fear closes the door to divine flow, faith opens it wide. Begin to talk to your body with love. Bless your heart, your lungs, your eyes, your hands. Thank them for their perfect functioning. When you speak to them with faith, you awaken a deeper cooperation between mind and body. Tell your subconscious that divine order governs all your systems, that every cell is alive with the energy of infinite life. As you do this, feel the truth of it. The feeling is the bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind. It is through feeling that thought becomes embodied. There is no incurable condition, because divine intelligence knows no limits. The same power that created the universe can certainly recreate a healthy body. Healing is not about struggling to make something happen. It is about allowing what is already true to reveal itself. Life wants to express wholeness through you. Your role is to remove the mental and emotional obstructions that hinder that expression. Every time you choose peace over fear, trust over doubt, love over resentment, you clear the way for divine intelligence to work unhindered. Your subconscious mind records every thought, every emotion, and every impression. It builds your body anew each day based on the blueprint you give it. If that blueprint is filled with anxiety, guilt, or self-criticism, your body reflects disharmony. But if your blueprint is filled with love, faith, and acceptance, your body radiates health. You are the architect of your internal world. The divine builder within you will always construct according to your design. When you understand that health is the natural state of your being, you stop chasing healing and start allowing it. You rest in the quiet confidence that divine intelligence is at work even now, restoring balance and vitality. You trust the process, for it has been working perfectly since the beginning of time. The life that animates the oak tree, the bird, and the sun is the same life animating you. It knows what to do. It knows how to heal. It never forgets. All you must do is align your thought with its perfection, and your body will obey the divine command that lies eternally within you. The more you trust in this divine intelligence, the more it reveals its power to you. It responds to your faith like a seed responds to sunlight. It awakens, expands, and flourishes. Faith is the channel through which divine power flows. It is not mere hope nor blind optimism. It is the deep inner knowing that the universe within you is perfect, and that all conditions are temporary shadows compared to the eternal light of truth. The moment you cease identifying with sickness and limitation, and begin to identify with the boundless life within you, transformation begins. The law of life responds to your conviction. It mirrors back to you the image you hold in your heart. When you understand this truth, you begin to treat your body as sacred ground. You no longer curse it, criticize it, or speak words of weakness over it. Instead, you nurture it with thoughts of divine harmony. You learn that love is the highest medicine. Love is the essence of the divine intelligence that formed you, and every cell thrives in its presence. Speak to your body in the language of love and gratitude, for that language carries the vibration of healing. Tell your body, I love you. I bless you. I am grateful for you. These simple affirmations spoken with sincerity create waves of renewal that ripple through your entire system. They harmonize the rhythm of your heartbeat with the infinite rhythm of the cosmos. There are people who have witnessed astonishing healings simply by changing the way they think and feel. Some have dissolved chronic conditions, others have reversed so-called incurable diseases. What they did was not magic, it was the deliberate application of spiritual law. They ceased focusing on symptoms and began affirming the truth of divine perfection within. They visualized themselves whole, strong, and radiant. They gave thanks in advance for their healing, and the subconscious mind, obedient to that faith, reshaped the body accordingly. The divine intelligence within cannot be limited. but it must be invited through belief. It never forces itself. It waits for your recognition. You can begin right now to reprogram your inner world for health and vitality. Every morning upon waking, before any worry or distraction sets in, speak to your subconscious. Divine life fills every cell of my body. Perfect harmony governs all my functions. I am whole, I am strong, I am radiant. Feel these words, see them as truth, and let your imagination create the picture of perfect health. The subconscious mind works in images and feelings. It takes your inner vision as instruction. When you persist in this practice with calm faith, the invisible law of life begins to express in visible form. You will feel energy where there was fatigue, clarity where there was confusion, and peace where there was pain. It is essential to remember that healing is not forced. It unfolds, just as the flower blooms naturally under the right conditions of light, warmth, and nourishment. So does your body heal under the right mental and emotional conditions. The soil of your subconscious must be fertile with faith and peace. Anxiety, fear, and self-condemnation are weeds that choke the garden of health. You must uproot them daily with awareness and replace them with thoughts of divine order. When you meditate in quiet confidence, when you let go of the need to control outcomes, you allow divine intelligence to do what it does best. Restore harmony. The secret is surrender, not struggle. Many people strive to make healing happen through effort, through forceful affirmations or desperate prayers. Yet the moment you feel desperate, you are affirming lack. True prayer is the calm realization of the presence of life within you. It is a deep inner knowing that health is already yours, that divine intelligence is already working through you. In that stillness, the subconscious aligns with higher truth, and healing becomes inevitable. Just as the ocean quietly erases footprints in the sand, the infinite mind gently dissolves all patterns of discord when you rest in faith. Let your mind dwell often on the perfection of life. Observe how nature heals itself, how rivers purify, how forests renew, how wounds close without instruction. The same principle operates within you. There is an intelligence that knows how to restore balance to your blood, your hormones, your tissues, your energy field. You do not need to tell it how. You only need to stop interfering with its rhythm through fear, resentment, or disbelief. Each time you trust the process, each time you say inwardly, life knows what it's doing, you align with the very power that shaped galaxies. That power cannot fail. Your emotions are the music your body dances to. When you cultivate joy, gratitude, and love, you send a symphony of harmony through your entire being. Scientific studies now affirm what ancient mystics always knew, that positive emotions trigger healing hormones, strengthen the immune system, and increase vitality. But beyond science, there is spirit. The unseen intelligence within you responds instantly to the tone of your thoughts. You are the conductor and your body is the orchestra. When you lift your thoughts to the level of truth, every instrument plays in perfect harmony. Consider how children heal so quickly. Their bodies respond rapidly to injuries and illness because their minds have not yet been burdened by fear and doubt. They live close to the divine pattern of life. You can return to that state of innocence, that effortless trust. When you stop identifying with the labels of sickness, and instead affirm your oneness with the life force itself, you become receptive once more to the original blueprint of health that was placed within you from the beginning. The divine design for your body is perfect. It knows only balance, vitality, and wholeness. Any departure from that is temporary and correctable through alignment with truth. Every night before you sleep, imagine a golden light filling your entire body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. See it restoring, repairing, and balancing every cell. Whisper to yourself, I am one with divine life. Every atom of my being vibrates in perfect order. As you drift into sleep, your subconscious receives these impressions and goes to work during the night, following the pattern of perfection you supplied. The next morning you awaken renewed, strengthened, and refreshed, for the law of life has been quietly active within you. Never fear disease or disorder. Fear is faith inverted. It is faith in the power of the negative. But life itself has no opposition. Only your mind can create the illusion of opposition by focusing on what you do not want. When you withdraw attention from illness and give it fully to the truth of life, the false condition fades away. Darkness has no power once the light is turned on. The same law applies to the body. Illness cannot remain when the light of divine understanding shines through your consciousness. There is a timeless intelligence flowing through your bloodstream, beating within your heart, vibrating in every atom of your being. It is the same power that brought you into existence and continues to sustain you. This intelligence does not forget how to heal. It never loses its ability to recreate perfection. You are never separate from it. You are its living expression. When you say, "I am life expressing as health," you awaken that truth within. The words, "I am," are the key to all creation, for they identify you with the source of all power. In moments of pain or weakness, instead of yielding to fear, turn inward and affirm quietly, "This too shall pass. The divine intelligence within me is correcting this now." Refuse to be intimidated by appearances. Appearances are transient shadows on the screen of your consciousness. The power behind them is eternal and unchanging. The same intelligence that heals a cut can heal any condition, because to the infinite, nothing is great or small. What seems miraculous to human understanding is natural to divine law. As you continue to align with this truth, you will notice a deeper peace arising within you. You will find yourself less reactive, more trusting, and more attuned to the subtle guidance of your inner being. This is the state where healing flows unhindered. Life becomes not a struggle to fix yourself, but a joyful unfolding of divine order. You begin to see that every challenge, every symptom, was only a signal calling you back to balance, a reminder to realign with the intelligence that never sleeps within you. Your body, mind, and spirit are not separate. They are one continuum of energy, animated by divine intelligence. When you think of health, you vibrate in harmony with that energy. When you speak of wholeness, your cells listen. When you feel gratitude for your body's wisdom, that gratitude multiplies healing power. Each breath you take is a reminder that life is flowing through you now and that it knows exactly what to do. Let your every thought, word, and feeling affirm the truth of divine perfection. Let your imagination be filled with pictures of radiant health, glowing strength, and serene confidence. Live as though you were already whole, and you will prove the law of life. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts what you feel to be true. Therefore, feel health now. Feel vitality now. Feel the presence of divine intelligence in every heartbeat, every breath, every pulse of life within you. As you feel this truth more deeply, you begin to notice how your thoughts shape the world around you, not just your body. The same divine intelligence that governs your heartbeat governs the universe itself. There is no separation between the intelligence within you and the intelligence that moves the stars in their orbits. You are one with that vast, cosmic consciousness, and every time you acknowledge its presence within, you draw upon its limitless power. You realize that health, abundance, peace, and joy are not things to be attained, but states of being already present in the infinite mind of life. You need only align with them in consciousness for them to manifest in form. Every thought of harmony adds strength to your body. Every thought of fear drains it. Therefore, choose your thoughts with reverence. Think of your mind as a sacred instrument through which divine intelligence plays the symphony of your existence. When your thoughts are loving and constructive, you are in tune with the rhythm of creation. When they are fearful or resentful, you fall out of tune and discord arises in body and circumstance. Yet even then, the divine conductor does not condemn. It simply waits for you to realign with its music. The moment you choose peace, the melody resumes, and the dissonance fades into harmony. You were not created to live in sickness or limitation. You were born as an expression of perfect life, designed to grow, renew, and flourish endlessly. Every cell in your body carries the memory of divine perfection. It knows how to function in absolute balance. It knows how to communicate with every other cell in perfect unity. When you hold this image of wholeness in your mind, you awaken that memory. You remind your body of what it already knows. That life is always seeking to express itself as health, not as disease, as strength, not as weakness, as vitality, not as fatigue. You need only allow this truth to emerge from within. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It does not judge the seeds you plant. It brings forth whatever you impress upon it with feeling. If you constantly entertain thoughts of illness or limitation, it will faithfully reproduce them. But if you plant the seed of perfect health and water it with faith, it will bring forth vitality and renewal in due time. This is the divine law at work. The harvest is always in harmony with the seed. So, guard your inner garden with care. Weed out every negative thought before it takes root, and cultivate thoughts of life, light, and love. When you observe people who radiate health and vitality, you will notice that they often live in a state of gratitude. Gratitude is the language of divine intelligence. It is the vibration that opens every gate and unlocks every door. When you give thanks for your health, even before it appears, you declare your faith in the law of life. Gratitude is not dependent on outer conditions. It is the recognition that the source of all good already resides within you. As you practice gratitude, your subconscious aligns with that truth and begins to outpicture it in form. Every thankful thought strengthens the current of healing that flows through your being. There is no situation so dire that divine intelligence cannot restore harmony. Even in the face of chronic pain, long-standing disease, or emotional wounds, the infinite within you remains untouched, pure, and whole. Your task is to become still enough to feel it. In stillness, you hear the whisper of life assuring you, all is well. I am with you. I am healing you now. This is the voice of your inner being, the eternal presence that never leaves you. When you rest in that awareness, fear dissolves and faith takes its rightful place. You begin to see that what you once called a problem was only the absence of awareness of your inner power. Let every breath you take remind you that divine life is flowing through you this very moment. With each inhalation, affirm silently, divine life fills me. With each exhalation, release all resistance and say, divine peace flows through me. In this simple rhythm, you reconnect consciously with the infinite intelligence that animates you. This practice alone can dissolve anxiety, calm your nerves, and awaken a deep sense of inner harmony. Your breath is the bridge between the visible and invisible. It carries the rhythm of life itself. When you breathe consciously with love and faith, you draw healing power into every cell. The truth is that no condition, however persistent, is beyond transformation. The power that made your body can remake it. The power that brought order out of cosmic chaos can restore order to your mind and emotions. This same law has been at work since the dawn of creation, and it is working in you now. There are no exceptions, no special cases. The only variable is your willingness to believe. Belief is the open door through which divine intelligence expresses itself. Doubt closes that door, faith opens it wide. When you truly believe that the presence within you is greater than any appearance of disease, you rise above the level of limitation and move into the flow of infinite possibility. Observe your thoughts each day as you would a garden. Notice which ones strengthen you and which ones weaken you. Thoughts of peace, love, and faith strengthen your immune system. They harmonize your body and uplift your soul. Thoughts of fear and anger disturb the balance. Each time you become aware of a negative thought, do not condemn yourself, simply replace it with truth. Say quietly, only divine intelligence governs me. I am guided, protected, and healed by the presence within. This practice gradually transforms your inner dialogue until faith becomes your natural state and harmony your constant companion. You must also learn the sacred art of releasing the past. Old hurts, regrets, and resentments create invisible barriers that block the flow of life. Holding on to them is like holding your breath. You suffocate the divine energy trying to renew you. The moment you forgive, you open the channels of life again. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is understanding that the divine within you cannot coexist with bitterness. When you forgive, you free yourself. You say to the universe, I am ready to live again, to love again, to be whole. And life, hearing your declaration, rushes in to restore your joy. There is immense power in your imagination. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically real. Therefore, use your imagination as a tool of healing. See yourself walking with strength, breathing with ease, living in joy. Picture your organs functioning perfectly, your energy radiant and abundant. Do not wait for outer evidence. See it now within. Feel it as real. As you do, the divine intelligence begins reorganizing the patterns of energy in your body to match the image you hold. This is not fantasy. It is spiritual law in action. The body is always listening, always responding. When you tell it with conviction, you are strong, you are healthy, you are divine life in expression. Every cell rejoices. It responds instantly to your recognition of truth. There are countless stories of people who, through persistent affirmation and visualization, have awakened this healing power and witnessed astonishing recoveries. What worked for them can work for you, for the law of life is impartial. It operates through faith, not personality. Your part is to believe, to persist, to remain steadfast in your inner, knowing that divine intelligence is the healer, and it is at work within you now. When you see your body not as fragile matter, but as living spirit condensed into form, everything changes. You begin to treat it with reverence, to feed it with light and love. You understand that every organ, every cell, is infused with the same life force that sustains the universe. You see yourself as a radiant field of divine energy, constantly renewed and self-sustained by infinite intelligence. The more you recognize this truth, the more your body reflects it in form. You begin to glow with vitality, to move with grace, to think with clarity, to live with joy. This is not a miracle. It is the normal expression of the divine when unhindered by doubt. The great secret is that healing is already finished in the realm of spirit. The divine pattern of perfect health exists eternally within you, untouched by time or circumstance. When you align your thought with that pattern, it manifests through your body as restoration. The more consistently you affirm, visualize, and feel that perfection, the more rapidly it appears. Every affirmation of truth is a command to divine intelligence, and it obeys without hesitation. When you say, "I am whole," the universe within you rearranges itself to make it so. There is no power outside you that can harm you when you are rooted in this awareness. You are surrounded, permeated, and filled by divine life. It flows through your blood, sings through your nerves, and illumines your mind. You are not trying to become healthy. You are remembering that you already are. Health is your natural state, your birthright, your divine inheritance. It has never been lost, it only waits to be recognized. When you awaken to this truth, the body responds with renewed vigor, the mind with serenity, and the soul with boundless peace. You begin to notice that the world around you mirrors the consciousness within you. The same divine intelligence that heals your body also orchestrates the events of your life. Every circumstance, every meeting, every challenge carries the same sacred purpose, to awaken you to the truth of who you are. When you walk in the awareness that the presence of life within you is infinite and benevolent, you start to live from a higher vibration of faith and harmony. You cease to fight against appearances and instead learn to cooperate with the rhythm of divine order. You recognize that life is not happening to you. It is happening through you, guided by an intelligence that never errs. When this awareness deepens, fear begins to dissolve. You realize that fear has no foundation in truth. It is merely the shadow cast by your temporary forgetfulness of divine reality. The moment you remember that the same power that holds the universe together is the power that sustains your heartbeat, fear loses all meaning. You see that nothing in the outer world has power over the light that lives within you. Disease, misfortune, and limitation are only illusions of separation, false beliefs that crumble in the light of understanding. You are one with the creative mind of the universe, and this truth cannot be altered by circumstance. The body responds instantly to this realization, for it is built to obey the consciousness that directs it. Each time you affirm life, each time you choose peace over worry, your cells listen. They rearrange themselves to reflect your state of being. Your blood vibrates with new energy, your immune system strengthens, and your mind becomes clear and tranquil. You start to perceive that healing is not a future event, but a present reality continuously expressing itself in you. Every second, your body renews millions of cells. The divine intelligence guiding this renewal never sleeps. It is eternally aware, eternally perfect, and eternally creative. You are not merely a collection of tissues. You are divine life taking form as a body. The body was never designed to be a burden or a source of suffering. It was meant to be a magnificent instrument of expression for your spirit. When you align your thoughts with the truth of divine perfection, your body becomes the reflection of that truth. The face shines with peace, the eyes sparkle with light, and the voice carries a quiet authority born of inner harmony. This is the outward sign of inward realization. It is not attained by willpower or struggle, but by surrendering to the higher wisdom that lives within you. The law of life responds to calm conviction, not to anxiety. It moves in silence, bringing order where there was confusion, light where there was darkness, and health where there was imbalance. You begin to live differently when you understand this. You no longer fill your mind with worry or conflict. You become deliberate with your thoughts, careful with your emotions, and reverent toward your body. You start to listen to its signals not as signs of weakness, but as messages from divine intelligence guiding you toward balance. Pain is no longer your enemy. It becomes a teacher, reminding you to realign your thinking, to rest, to forgive, to release resistance. When you respond to these signals with love rather than fear, the body quickly returns to harmony. It was never created to hold tension. It was created to flow with life. The greatest mistake is to believe that healing must come from outside yourself. True healing always begins in consciousness. External remedies may assist, but they are only channels through which the divine life within you expresses itself. Without that inner power, no treatment can succeed. But when your faith is rooted in divine intelligence, even the simplest means can bring results that seem miraculous. The substance of life obeys the command of faith. What you believe in your heart becomes the law of your body. Therefore, believe in the presence of perfection within you. Speak to it, commune with it, and trust it. It will never fail you. Every great transformation begins in the unseen. The roots of health grow in the soil of the subconscious mind. When you fill that soil with thoughts of peace, gratitude, and divine order, the outer expression must eventually reflect the inner seed. Do not be impatient. Just as no farmer digs up a seed each day to see if it is growing, you must trust that your faith is working in the unseen. Each affirmation, each visualization, each moment of gratitude is watering the seed. The law of life cannot be hurried, but it never fails. Its timing is perfect, its rhythm exact. When you remain faithful, your healing will unfold with grace and precision. You may at times feel doubt or discouragement, but even those moments are part of the process. They are invitations to deepen your faith. Instead of resisting doubt, observe it quietly and remind yourself that it has no real power. Say inwardly, only divine intelligence is real. Only health is real. Only life is real. In this way, you reclaim dominion over your thoughts. Every time you return to faith, you strengthen the connection between your conscious and subconscious mind. You become the master of your inner world, and the outer world must eventually conform to that mastery. As you persist in this awareness, you will notice that your senses become sharper, your intuition stronger, and your emotions calmer. This is the natural result of living in alignment with the divine intelligence within. You begin to move through life with quiet confidence, knowing that all things are working together for your highest good. You trust your body to heal, your mind to guide you, and your spirit to sustain you. You stop worrying about how things will happen and rest in the certainty that divine order is always unfolding. This peace of mind is the greatest healing force in the world, for peace is the atmosphere in which divine intelligence operates most freely. Every act of love, every thought of kindness, every moment of stillness strengthens your connection with this higher power. When you look upon others with compassion, you reinforce your own healing. When you bless those who hurt you, you dissolve the inner tension that blocks your energy. Love is the universal solvent. It dissolves fear, resentment, and separation. When you live in love, you live in the vibration of divine intelligence itself. Your body cannot hold disease when your heart is filled with love. Because love and life are one and the same power. Take time each day to commune silently with the presence within. You need not use many words, even a simple acknowledgement such as, "Thank you, life within me," opens the door wide. In that quiet communion, the healing power flows more freely. You may feel warmth, peace, or a gentle tingling in the body. That is the movement of divine energy restoring harmony. Allow it, trust it. You are being renewed by the same creative force that sustains the stars. Understand that health is not merely the absence of illness. It is the full expression of divine life through you. It is the radiance of joy, the clarity of thought, the freedom of movement, the calmness of spirit. This is your natural state, the state in which divine intelligence created you. Whenever you drift from it, simply turn your mind back to truth. Affirm again, "The life within me is perfect, and it is expressing perfectly now." Each repetition deepens the pattern. Each moment of faith strengthens the vibration, until health becomes your constant reality. You are a spiritual being clothed in a body of divine intelligence. That body is your faithful servant, responding to the images you hold in mind. Treat it kindly. Nourish it with good thoughts, good food, and good rest. Fill your heart with gratitude for its ceaseless service. The more you appreciate it, the more beautifully it functions. Appreciation amplifies the flow of life, criticism restricts it. Therefore, bless your body daily. See it as the sacred temple of divine life, and it will reflect that holiness in form and function. You can never be separate from this healing power. Even when you forget, even when you fall into fear or pain, the divine intelligence within continues its perfect work. It never leaves you, never punishes you, never withholds its love. It waits patiently for your recognition. The instant you turn your attention inward and acknowledge its presence, it responds. It begins again to restore balance, to renew cells, to harmonize systems, to infuse your being with vitality. That is the eternal promise written into the fabric of your soul, that life will always seek to express itself through you as perfection, as peace, as unending renewal.